It's time for a Dallas Mavericks update from Matt Mosley.
The unthinkable has happened with the Dallas Mavericks. The organization that was just in the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. Hello, it's Matt Mosley for the E Radio Network. And the shocking news came down just before midnight Saturday that the Dallas Mavericks had traded 25-year-old superstar Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis and a future first-round pick and one other player, Max Christie. It has stunned the Metroplex. It has stunned Maverick fans all over the country and all over the E-Radio network in Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. We're waking up to this morning that this had happened. And an entire fan base has been alienated. And the man who pulled the trigger on this deal is not Mark Cuban. Be careful what you wish for. People wanted Mark Cuban to not be calling the shots. Well, Nico Harrison steps in. There's a new ownership family, the Adelsons. Patrick Dumont, the acting governor for the team. Nico Harrison said he and only he made this trade, and he had the permission of the ownership. He did not consult with Luka Doncic, and everybody in this was surprised. Luka Doncic obviously not responding to anybody when they reached out to try to tell him that the deal was done. Anthony Davis had not been tipped off. LeBron, the superstar for the Los Angeles Lakers, was with his family. He had not been tipped off. This apparently had been going on for 3 weeks. And Rob Pelinka from the Lakers and Nico Harrison, who knew each other for many, many years and had worked together in the past on things, came together to make this deal. It seems to be such an awful trade on the surface that it's caused people to wonder what has happened that we don't know about. The Mavericks are leaking stories, and this is not even a leak. People have noticed Luka Doncic's conditioning over the years hasn't been the greatest. There is a report from ESPN's Tim McMahon that earlier this season he was weighing in the high 260s. But, of course, he was still averaging 28 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. He was doing things that only Oscar Robertson and LeBron James had done. He was every year mentioned in the MVP consideration, and as I stated, he led the Mavericks to the NBA Finals. This was a player that everybody in the Dallas area and surrounding areas had fallen in love with. This was the superstar that was supposed to be the next Dirk. This has caused ripples. It almost makes you think about Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones getting mad at each other and parting ways after 2 Super Bowls. But again, this almost seems even more stunning than that. A whole franchise built around one player, and now that has come to an end. And now Anthony Davis, who averages 24 points a game, is a better defender, a way better defender than Luka, is coming to the Mavericks. Nico Harrison says defense wins championships. Everybody from the Mavs is shocked. Jason Kidd, the coach, said earlier today he was shocked. When they called Kyrie Irving to tell him, he was shocked about it. He will address it after today's game. That's right. The Mavericks play on Sunday, and they barely have a roster to play. And even some of the players that are still here are not going to be in this game. P.J. Washington, Kyrie Irving, and, of course, Maxi Kleber was also in this trade, who'd been with the Mavericks for, going on a decade, and is very close to Luka. Again, everyone is in shock, and Nico Harrison probably won't be around that long after this trade. And the damage has been done. They believe that they've opened the window and made it more about right now to win an NBA championship. It's hard to believe now that they've traded the point guard who had become one of the most skilled players in NBA history. But that is what has happened. And we'll continue to keep you updated on this story. It is a shocker. I am Matt Mosley for the E-Radio Network.
This has been a Dallas Mavericks update with Matt Mosley from E-Radio Network.